Okay, let's do another save before we actually do anything here. Too bad there's no, like, quick save or anything. Just buffering now, shit.
Please, you have to help me. Nobody else is gonna help me. Even the Becks won't help me. But I can't just leave him there. He's my friend. You'll help me, won't you?
Whoa, slow down, Mission. What's wrong?
It's Zalbar. He's in trouble. Big trouble. We have to help him. If we don't, they'll sell him into slavery.
Calm down, Mission. Take a deep breath and tell me what happened.
Me and Zalbar, we were just wandering around here in the Undercity. You know, looking for stuff we could find, just kind of exploring. We do it all the time.
I guess with a Wookiee at your side, you've got to figure you can handle the odd rat ghoul attack.
Only this time, they were waiting for us. Gamorrean slave hunters. We didn't even have a chance to run. Big Z threw himself at him and then roared for me to run. I took off. I figured Zalbar would be right behind me. But there were too many of them. He couldn't get away. They're going to sell him to a slaver, I just know it.
Indeed it does, Crafty. I remember. You know where they took him?
I don't know for sure.
I don't
Those
get why
Gamorreans
games
like
like
to hang out in the
these your
sewers.
character
The
is
stink
just a
reminds him
mute.
of home, I guess. That's probably where they took Big Z.
There's multiple reasons for that. Sometimes it's because, you know, saving money. Because you don't have to pay another voice actor. But the other, and this is one that makes more sense to me, personally. A lot of people don't like voice-acted characters, funny enough, when it comes to, like, your own character. Because they like to... they think it detracts from, like, voice acting yourself, if that makes sense. Like, they would rather have their own voice or, like, in their head, kind of imagine what their character would look like. I know Carnage explained it once, which made a lot of sense to me. Like, Silent Protagonist, actually, like, it gives people the option to kind of think of what their character would, you know, sound like, other than having somebody else voice their character. But that also brings in the fact that, or the idea of, why don't you just have a silent option but also have a voice acted option? And that's, funny enough, that was a criticism a lot of people had with, I think it was Fallout 4. Because Fallout 4 was the first Fallout game that had voice acting, or the main character voiced. And a lot of people hated it, because there was no option not to have it. Yeah, I think voice actor, they cost a lot of money. Is it subscription-based, like FFO? There is a free-to-play option, but it is very limited, if I remember correctly. Crafty. I believe, like, I think with the standard, I think you can level up to 20, and then it level caps you. And then on top of that, you can't play any of the DLC stuff. I think with the premium subscription, or whatever they call it, you can play through all the expansions. But with the free-to-play, you can only play the main story up to level 20. I think that's what it is. I don't remember necessarily. It's just very limited. Actually, you know what? That's like Guild Wars 2 then. Yeah, so I believe... One second, I can actually look it up. I think they did a thing where it was like... base game free, expansions are paid. Yeah, but I believe you can either pay for the premium and get everything, and that's monthly, or I believe you can buy the expansions outright, and then you can play those through on the free-to-play. I believe they have some kind of like weird currency system with that. You can either pay the premium and just have everything while you're paying that premium, or you can buy them individually. I think that's how they do it. But honestly, I would just pay for the premium and just have everything. Like, I don't see the point. I think Elder Scrolls Online does that as well. They have the option to either pay for, like, a monthly thing or buy the expansions outright for more. Okay, what were we doing? If I help you find Zalbar back, you have to get me inside the Vulker
It's
base.
a deal.
There.
As soon as we get Big Z back, I'll show you a way into that Vulker base. Now come on! We have to find Zalbar before they sell him to slavers, or worse.
Do you know where he's being kept?
The Gamorreans make their camps in the sewers. I bet that's where we'll find Zalbar. And that's where I'll show you the secret entrance into the Vulker compound.
Kind of like how Paradox Interactive does their games and DLCs these days with CK2, EU4. Wait, Crusader Kings and stuff has like a premium, like monthly subscription? I'm confused. Alright, so we have mission now. You can pay like $3.99 a month and get all the DLCs, or you can buy them outright. I did not know about that. I kind of like that. Wait, does Mission have... Yeah, she has a blaster. Okay, that's fine.
You there, civilian. This is a restricted area. What are you doing down here?
Look, I've got all the proper security papers.
Oh, you're one of those trackers the commander sent down, right? They should have given you an armed escort. It's nasty down here. We've already lost one patrol. We figure the Rak ghouls got them. We've had so many encounters with those things, we've actually run out of Rak ghoul serum. Plus, we've had several skirmishes with looters from those lower city swoop gangs. I'm telling you, we should just stay in the upper city where we're in control.
Yeah, no, they release way too much DLC for that shit, to be honest. You said you lost one patrol already?
Is that why you're down here? Search and rescue? I didn't think they'd send anyone. They were in the southern section of the Undercity when we lost contact. I would have gone to investigate, but my orders are to search for those crashed escape pods, even if it means leaving another patrol to die.
Yeah, see, I own Crusader Kings 3, the new one. But the only reason I have it and that I play it is because it was part of the Humble Bundle monthly thing. So I got it for $11. And I play it, I enjoy it, but I don't think I'd ever pay for any of the DLC for that. I feel like it's just not worth it. Why don't you just give up the search?
I'd never disobey my orders. I'm not a fan of court-martials and executions. I was just talking, you know. Nothing anyone has to mention to the commander. Come on, Patrol, let's get back to it. The sooner we get this search done, the sooner we can get out of this mutant-infested hole. Move out.
Alright. Oh, those are a lot of rat ghouls. So those rat ghouls really fucked me up. That one that I had to fight. So fighting multiple would be a pain. I've been buying them all just to be on top of it. I do love playing. Yeah, that's fair. See, I played CK2, but I never got like super into it. Shit. I'm gonna fucking die, aren't I? Seems like a cluster. I might be okay,
How you like
actually.
that?
Yeah, we're good, we're good. Yeah, like, I played every time I want to talk. Every time I used to play CK2, but I don't know. It was something with the aging on it. Like, CK3 has a lot more of, like, polish to it in terms of the graphics and everything, and CK2 just feels dated to me. I don't know.
Yes, what's on your mind?
Do you know anything about this place?
Terrace? Well, the planet's all one big city, but its golden years are long past.
Oh, not Terrace. I already know about Terrace. Is this a good time to ask more questions?
I guess I did say you could ask me questions later, didn't I? Is this really necessary?
If you have a problem with it.
No, I don't have a problem with it, really. Go ahead and interrogate me.
This isn't an interrogation. I never said that.
No, I was just joking. Though you do seem to be full of questions. It's rather refreshing, to be honest. Let me ask you something first, though. I've been going through the battle aboard the Endar Spire over and over in my head since we crashed. Some things just don't add up for me. Maybe you could tell me what happened, from your perspective.
Like you said when we first met, Bastila, sorry, didn't have time to use her powers.
Bastila is as powerful as they say. She's the one who defeated Darth Revan, after all. I guess that no Jedi ability, no matter how powerful, makes up for being completely surprised and outmatched. We didn't choose that battle anyway. It got forced on us. Hell, I'm just as
asking you
surprised that any
questions
of
in
us
the
are alive
main
to talk
character,
about
it's
it.
my
Come to
job.
think of it, it's more than a little surprising that you happen to be here, isn't it? I mean, just what is your position with the Republic fleet anyway?
HOI 1 is the one I love the most. Oh, jeez, Crafty. See, I wouldn't waste that much time personally, but I'm not really an achievement hunter, necessarily. And yes, Marty, it is my job. I don't know why he's getting mad about it. I'm just a soldier. I'm sure there isn't anything unusual about that, is there?
I don't know. Unless you consider that you were a last-minute addition to the crew roster and you just happened to be one of the survivors.
What's a lot about me being added to the crew at the last minute?
You were the only one. Not to mention that Bastila's party was the one who requested your transfer.
I had no idea what you're talking about.
The Jedi requested numerous things when they came on board. I mean, hell, they practically took over the ship, as far as I could tell. Considering your connection to Bastila and the Jedi, whether you know it or not, your presence here seems a little convenient. I'm probably wrong, and this is probably nothing, I know. I learned a long time ago not to take things at face value, however, and I hate surprises.
Get one achievement on Steam, you're at 6999. Maybe I will. Maybe I will, Crafty. Who knows? I mean, technically I'm still playing through Cyberpunk and I'm on the last story mission, so maybe... Maybe I'll just finish the game and get the end achievement or something. I'm telling you, Carth, I had nothing to do with the crash.
I expect you're right. I've got no real reason to suspect you of anything. Still, it's better to be safe than sorry, right?
You do know we're on the same side, right?
Look, it has nothing to do with you personally. I don't trust anyone, and I have my reasons. And no, I'm not going to discuss them, so can we just keep our mind on more important things?
Yes, let's do that.
Like I said before, I prefer action to talk anyway.
Alright, so he suspects us of being a traitor or something.
Hey, Carth. You're a pilot for the Republic, right? You've been all over the galaxy, I bet, right? So tell me, how would you rate Taurus compared to other worlds you've seen?
To be honest, Mission, Terrace would rate pretty low. The prejudice, the rich spoiling themselves while the poor are crushed beneath them, it's not a pretty picture.
Yeah, but that's only since the Sith occupation. Before that, well, I guess it wasn't all that different, really. Maybe Taurus ain't as great as I thought, you know?
Trust me, Mission, there are a lot of worlds better than Terrace. There are worse, too, but Terrace is no place for a kid to live on her own. Even a kid who's got a Wookiee to look out for.
Hey, I ain't no kid.
Yeah, I
look
know,
out for Zalbar
Crafty.
as much as he looks out for me.
It's
Big
because
C's my
people
friend,
don't-
not my babysitter. Geez, I come ask you a question, you give me a lecture.
Don't you snap at me, Missy. You
Oh,
want a
geez, here we
lecture?
go.
How's this? Only bratty little children fly off the handle because of a simple comment.
Yo, hey, they're fighting already. Yeah, I love that game, to be honest. Like, Cooking Sim's actually really good. But the reason I think it has so many rare achievements is because, well, first of all, I feel like no one bought it. I feel like it's not super popular. I feel like it should be, but, you know. And then on top of that, I think the people that did buy it don't go as perfectionist as I do when it comes to cooking the food. Like, I try to 5-star each dish if I can. And I feel like a lot of players either get the proportions wrong or just don't care enough to make the perfect. So whenever I play that, I try to be a perfectionist on getting the food right. I don't know. Settle down right now, both of
I
you.
don't have to listen to you, Carth. You ain't my father, though you're sure old enough to be. So keep your lectures inside your withered old head, because I don't need them.
And I sure as hell don't need this. Look, let's just drop it and get back to what we were doing.
Oh boy, bickering begins. Or some people just drop their plate on the floor and the plate smashes. Yeah, true. Let me guess. Crafty. Let me guess, you like destroying the food, don't you? Not me. Oh no.
I think I've been poisoned.
Ever stream Cooking Sim? You should. Oh, both my companions leveled up from that. Nice. I streamed the VR one on... Oh, really? You streamed the VR one? Oh, boy. I wouldn't mind streaming a VR game one day. I do have a VR. But I'm just... My PC, I don't think can really handle streaming it. And if I did, I feel like it would just be a laggy mess. Like, honestly, I have a hard time playing Half-Life Alyx.
Hey there, what can I do for you? Okay.
Actually, you know what? I kind of want to just run around and fight things right now. I don't want to keep dialogue going constantly. But before I forget, I can auto-level Carth and mission up.
What?
Oh, Nelly. Oh. Here, I'm gonna save real quick and then I'm gonna watch that. I felt physical pain watching that. Because I understand. I understand. Oh, no. I understand the frustration.
Don't move. I'm not afraid to use this blaster if I have to.
Settle down, kid. We've already lost enough men to those damn rat ghouls. The last thing we need now is more casualties from a needless firefight. By the looks of you, I'd say you're down here for the same reason we are. To salvage something from those downed Republic space pods. Let me give you some advice. Forget about it. Do yourself a favor and just head back from where you came.
Are you threatening me?
Mandalorians don't make threats. We make promises. But I'm just trying to give you a friendly warning. This isn't a good place to stand around chatting. The Undercity is crawling with rat ghouls. I've already lost a half a dozen men to those monsters.
Candace, over there in the shadows. Sounded like a rat ghoul.
Oh, that's 4 of them.
Looks like we've got company. Get those blasters ready, boys. That'll shoot them.
Nice.
Damn. I told Davik this salvage mission was a bad idea. His men aren't trained for this kind of thing, and I can't babysit them all. Okay, boys. We're getting out of here before I lose anyone else. I can't carry all this salvage back by myself. You'd be smart to get out of here as well. Even if you can handle the rat ghouls, I doubt there's anything worth finding anymore.
What do you mean by that?
Davik sent me down here with this motley crew to scavenge whatever we could from the Republic escape pods that crashed during the recent battle overhead. But the lower city gangs got here first. Anything worthwhile in those Republic pods is probably in their hands by now. Davik won't like that.
What can you tell me about Davik?
What are you, an off-worlder? Everyone knows Davik. He's a member of the Exchange. You know, the interstellar crime syndicate. Smuggling, gambling, extortion. Davik controls it all here on Taris. That's why I'm working for him. But lately, the lower city gangs have been giving my boss some trouble.
Alright, better get going.
Come on, boys, let's move out.
Alright. Any loot? That poison sucks.
Ready?
Yeah?
Yes?
Alright.
Here!
Just die already!
I was gonna say, you guys wanna actually, like, fire on the enemy?
Time to rumble!
Thank you. Save. I tend to save very often in these games. Because it's very easy just to, like, completely screw up. Oh, these are a lot. This is a lot.
How'd you like that?
Okay. Took him out. Wasn't terrible. What was that? Promised something? Promised Land Apprentice Journal. Oh, that's Rukul's Apprentice that I was supposed to find. Yeah. Oh boy. Alright, do I have something better? Could use Missions Blade. Maybe just the prototype blade, because I do get the bonus damage to physical. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that instead. Oh, there's a heavy combat suit now? I'll do that. Then give the combat suit to probably Carth. I think
What?
that's a good layout. Cool. Oh, that's a frag mine.
Uh-huh.
Can I?
Yeah?
Okay, she can disable mines. I want her to recover it though. Nice.
Yes?
Alright, so Mission can spot mines and she can also deactivate them, which is good to know. I think I already looked at this. Yeah. Container's empty. I'm gonna go back and talk to Ravik, give him that journal. Also, I could probably sell stuff for credits. I have a ton of unused items. Weapons and whatnot. Did I call him Ruvik? Rugal.
Greetings
Whatever his
once
name is.
more, Upworlder. Do you bring news of my apprentice? Have you discovered her fate and proved yourself to be a true savior of my people?
Her apprentice is dead. I have her journal.
It is as I feared, then. She joins the list of those who have given their lives in the service of our cause. But though I am saddened by this news, there is yet hope. By finding my apprentice, you have proved yourself worthy, Upworlder. You are to be the beacon on our path to salvation. You will guide us to the promised land.
Guide you, but I don't even know where the promised land is.
You are marked, Upworlder. Even my dim old eyes can see the mantle of destiny that cloaks you. Perhaps old Rookhill knows you better than you know yourself. I am old. I have lived 100 years in the Undercity, cast down into the darkness. I know the legends and history of our people, and now you must learn it too.
Very well. Go for it.
The great city of Taris covers the entire surface of this planet. There is no land to grow food. Kelp harvests and the creatures of the sea are our only food source. A century ago, rising levels of toxic pollution poisoned the oceans, and famine swept the planet. The rich hoarded food for their own use, and the poor were left to starve and die.
From what I've seen of Terrace, it doesn't look like much has changed. Except for the upper city, people here are just as bad off as the poor in your little history.
But the poor rose up against this tyranny, and civil war engulfed the planet. Millions died in the fighting, and huge sections of Taris were destroyed or abandoned. The rebellion was crushed in the end. Thousands were taken prisoner. The jails could not hold them all, and so the practice of banishing all prisoners to the Undercity was born.
What does this have to do with me?
Many brave men and women were banished here to the Undercity for their part in the rebellion. People like my father and grandfather were cast down, along with their families.
What did you expect? If they could get away with it, the Teresian nobles would stuff their own mothers down here to make more room in the upper city.
Now we live a dark existence beneath the streets of Terrace, a life devoid of all hope but one, the Promised Land. And you will be the one to show us the way to get there.
How can I lead you to the promised land when I don't even know what that is?
Legends tell of a self-sufficient colony founded just before the famine and lost during the Civil War. A paradise beneath the Undercity where droid servants tend to every need. For many years I searched for the promised land, just as my grandfather and father did before me. When I became old and gray, my apprentice continued the search on my behalf.
Sounds like a myth to me. Something to give the people here some false hope to cling to so they don't go mad with despair.
I have collected many clues hinting at its location. The journal of my apprentice provides yet more information. But still, there are too many pieces missing from this puzzle. But I know my father and grandfather each had journals where they recorded their own discoveries. Perhaps with their journals, I could at last uncover its hidden location.
I have one of the journals you're looking for.
Yes, Upworlder. Well done. However, I see that this journal alone does not have enough clues for me to solve this mystery. Too many pieces are still missing. I'm afraid that only with all three journals, my grandfather's, my father's, and my apprentice's, will I be able to discover the location of the Promised Land. I will leave this journal with you for safekeeping for now. Perhaps it will aid you in your search for the others. I wish you luck, Upworlder, for the sake of the entire village.
You okay? Alright, let's go sell some of this gear that we don't need.
I saw you talking with Rukel. He told you his
My
legends
father,
about
father,
the
father's
promised
father,
land,
father,
didn't he?
father.
He told you all about his missing apprentice and the other lost explorers, right?
That's pretty much what I heard,
Most
Marty.
people don't believe his stories. They figure he's nothing but an old cook. But I think there might be some truth in what he's saying. That's why I want to stop him.
Stop him. What are you talking
For
about?
an outcast, I've got things pretty good. The village relies on me to bring in food and supplies. I'm an important man. If it wasn't for Gendar, I'd be running this place.
I get the feeling if it wasn't for Gendar, this place would be a lot worse off than it is.
But if Rukel ever finds his promised land, I'm sunk. People won't need to rely on me anymore. I'll just be another nobody like all the rest of the villagers. I won't let that happen.
That's horrible. How can you be so self-centered?
Don't judge me. I learned a long time ago that if I want to survive down here, I've got to look out for number one. The two explorers who went searching for the promised land might have found something. They might have found clues or evidence, just like Rukel's apprentice. They would have recorded that information in their journals. I'll pay you if you bring all three journals to me. The two from the explorers and the one from Rukel's apprentice. Then I can destroy the evidence and make sure nobody ever finds the promised land. I've saved up enough credits for my business here to make it worth your while if you help me.
I'll think about
Once
it.
you have all three journals, just bring them to me and I'll give you a decent reward. Now, was there something else you needed? It ain't the best.
Alright, so... all this stuff. The reason I said I'll think about it is because I was afraid that if I said no, he wouldn't let me buy or sell from him. So, I'll keep it in the possibility. Box stick I don't need. I'll keep the long sword. Probably sell most of the... Upgrade item, upgrade item. Maybe sell some of these, like, optional grenade, or these different types of grenades. Yeah, I'll keep. I will keep them for now.